is
All right. We be chillin'. We have the famous AMG Churcher in here,
thanks.
and we are kicking it off.
Is it? Yes.
No, let me see where I am doubling hearing myself because it's annoying. All right, I had the stream up twice. Cool. That's 2 extra views for ourselves, you know. Let's see. And I will get the background music going so that we just don't have any kind of weird. Yeah, there we go. Nice chilled music.
Yes, sir.
Alright, and last but not least, I gotta change the intro. Okay, there we go. Cool. Now let me turn on my lights and get everything all situated.
Y'all, we're gonna get Bob to do the silhouette change.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. What's wrong with this door? All right. We are back. We are live. We are everything in one.
Mm-hmm.
On this episode, we be talking about moving my camera over here. No, just kidding. On this episode, we'll be more talking about what are we talking about here? Recruitment.
We're talking about recruitment. Yes, sir.
So, what up, Shotgun? How goes it?
On?
Welcome.
What's going on? What's up? How y'all doing?
Hope everyone is doing dandy. Pop up Discord. Of course, Discord will pop up here. Of course, Discord would pop up on stream. Of course. Yeah.
Of course. What's going on?
Let me make that.
Did you guys check out ALGS? Anybody check out ALGS? I'm gonna be real. I watched it. I watched the last bit of it. That looked stressful.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That looked stressful. And I play baseball, so that looked very stressful.
See. Live on Twitch. Edit. HTTPS. Make it a link, Bobby. Make it a link. Publish. Everywhere that everyone needs to know.
Everyone.
And that's the benefit of having
That's the benefit of having a what?
A moderator in our Discord, a developer in our Discord. Because I just type it once and it pops up everywhere in all Discord servers that need that announcement in there.
Oh, okay.
If you want, let me know if you want to add that to your Discord too.
Well, I was asking, probably would, but because I'm a very lazy person. What do you use for to put? Because like some people use one. I don't know if you use one. Where you could just put your links in and then they automatically send it from Twitter to Facebook to all that stuff.
No.
Do you use that?
No,
you don't use that.
I use Zed.
You just type everywhere.
Sorry, guys.
Some people do. I want to know which one is like the best one because sometimes you don't have time to do all that. So,
True. Anybody got time for that?
I might look one up tonight.
I'm doing my bag of nuts. My selected nuts. My select assorted nuts.
So you selected and assorted some nuts. That's
exactly, and I put them in my mouth. Don't put me on that.
Yeah, man. No, them nuts too big right there.
Exactly, that's what she said.
Them nuts too small. Those nuts are just right.
Yeah, that's 1 second.
Crazy. That's
All right.
crazy.
So,
all right, go ahead. We're gonna lose viewers just because of nuts.
Yeah.
Hold up, they're talking about nuts. I'm out of here.
So I'll let Jer start off, explaining his process of how he recruited people in the past.
So yeah,
So
so
I will go with now, how we do recruit people now. So, sure, if you may.
versus how we do it now.
Yeah,
But
like then and now.
yeah, so when I first started, of course, like this was something that was new to me as well, coming in. But when I first got into AMG, my role was Apex recruiter. We participated in like around six tournaments in between that time, and had a plethora of different groups and different people that we grouped up and stuff like that. And so Apex, I feel like Apex meta has changed in between that time. So I don't just look at personally going into tournaments and things like that. Just I don't care that you could just kill 10 people in like pubs, or even you can get a certain amount of kills in ranked and things of that nature. Also, ranked looked different back then, but the one thing I was more focused on was team chemistry, rotation, and communication, mostly. And so that's the type of team that I created and things like that. Even when I was on a team and played in a couple, I'm more focused on, who could talk, who can call out, team chemistry as far as like backing your players up, and things of that nature. There's enough kills for everyone, so I don't need that guy that could just run off and get 12 kills by himself. Some teams might like that, but I like a guy who can stay with the team, stay close to the team, and get his kills, and not worry about having to go all the way across the map to go shoot up a team that he might lose to, because everybody has those moments, right? So.
Yeah.
Where
Okay.
they try to 3v1 everybody, and then it just don't work out like that. So yeah, team chemistry, all that stuff, communication. So that was my recruitment phase. Characters and stuff like that, I kind of gave that up to the players, because everybody has their own play style, and everybody has their own player that they use. Me personally, I was just talking about this on stream. I can't shoot with Gibby. His mechanics and the way that he operates is just like beyond what I can do. That arm shield throws me the fuck off every time it pops up. So
That's true.
I think that that's hard for me to shoot with. But then I might be good with Bangalore. So you know what I mean. As long as you're not choosing, I don't think nobody did this in our time we played. But as long as you don't choose like a jump character too much, yeah, I'm good. So that was my recruitment phase. That's how I recruit and things like that.
Right. So, and the way that we do it now when it comes to recruitment is that, we have people send in their ranks, their stats and everything else. But at the same time, we do our own due diligence. So what we tend to do is we not let people just say, okay, well, you are a Pride player and this is your stats and that's it, right? Because we came across in the past that people say that they're a certain skill level player, which they're not. Thank you. They're a certain level of player which they're not, and that really brings it out when they are part of us, part of the org. Yeah. And it's kind of hard to say get rid of people at that time after you say, hey, welcome to the team. You get what I mean? So. Yeah. I've discussed and worked out with managers recently, and the way that we will go forward with the recruitment process is that people that comes in to the org, new or not, they have a certain period of probation, whereby in our terms, bro, I basically just randomly got thrown in on the team. Yeah, that's the thing that's the recruitment process from before. You didn't get thrown in. I asked you, and you were playing well with Ziku, and Ziku was recommending that you be his teammate. So you didn't really get thrown in, Swirls. But welcome, bro. You shared the link with your family and friends. Hello,
But also, Swirls and just other people, like, just believe, like, we definitely do. We definitely do evaluations and things like that, even on the backside, especially like when we come through on your streams and just see you play and stuff like that. the great thing about, I know Bob just added the Apex Tractor 2, but now we're in what, season 8?
Season
Season 8,
7
right?
to 8. 7 going to 8.
Save 7 going into 8. There's so much information now that you can find out about a player.
Right.
How many games that person has played, how many times has he hit masters and things like that,
Right.
how many times he's done certain things. And so I think that's also what we use as a measurement as well, as whether you're going to be a good teammate or not, and dedication and things like that. So
Yeah.
Also, Swirls, there's no such thing as luck, in my opinion. So if it was meant to be, it was meant to be.
It's what we call fate.
Yeah.
Fate.
Yeah, if it was meant to be, it was meant to be.
But yeah, so besides that is after we get your tags and everything else, we run you through, we put you through this probation period process, which could take anywhere from 1 month to 3 months, depending on how quick we could sort you out and know what level player you are. Probation 1 month, I more likely we could sort someone out in 1 month, then decide whether or not which tier player he is at currently, which is tier 1 being like the really top good players, to tier 2 and 3 being, tier 2 being, you're good, but there's still work left, and tier 3 basically being like, kind of like, do we actually need you? As bad as it sounds, do we actually need you, right? Because all in all, what up? Not much still on probation. I don't believe you are, McLovin. It's been a while. You've been in here for a good 2 months, I believe.
Yeah. And the thing is like, personally me, I don't let people know when they're done with their probation period is over with myself, until we've come together and said, hey, is this guy worth the trouble, or is this guy really, really good, or things like that. And so, because I don't want you guys to well, first of all, I want you guys to continue to work hard without us being so out of sight, out of mind is one of my phrases.
Right.
When we're not around, you shouldn't be embarrassing us and things like that. And when we are around, you shouldn't be embarrassing us. So, and things like that. So we also look at that as far as like recruitment as well. We have a lot of people that have submitted, and things like that. We have thank God.
You feel like a tier 3, bro? Well, I mean, if you feel like a tier 3, we gotta work on you. We gotta work on you, bro.
We gotta work on your swag too.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff, and I do, and I'm gonna be real too. I do like that as well. I like a guy who
is honest,
who has a lot of confidence. Yeah, honest, but also like has a certain swag and a certain confidence in themselves.
Right.
Things like that, man. Not everybody, even like I feel like, even like Pred players, bro. I've watched a number of them play. Some of them can't 1v3, but they're smart.
Right.
They're smart enough to play the game. They can get away. They can wait till teammates show up, and things like that. And some of them can, on occasion, a 1v3 teams and things like that. It's simply about being smart. So that's what I look for too. Smart, strategic players, because, like I said, I just watched the ALGS, and I'm watching the best go against the best. So all of them can pretty much shoot on the same level.
Right.
Pretty much all of them have a mastery of the game itself. So what separates them? Strategy, placement, where they come in at, where are they going to go, and stuff like that, man. Are you calling me ugly? I'm calling you ugly.
Big cutie.
I'm not calling you ugly. But yeah, man, it just all depends on what you want to be and stuff like that. I do want my players to be confident and what they can do and things like that. We advise you to be, bro. Like, I don't want you to be like an asshole or nothing like that. But hey, man, let it hang a little bit, bro. You know, on the things like that as far as like recruitment. That's how mine go, personally.
All right. So
I am pretty big too. Don't remind me.
Yeah.
Trying to lose weight. Don't remind
I'm
me.
pretty big, but in areas that you can't really lose. So gifted. Let me just stretch this out real quick.
Yeah, definitely for know your worth, but that goes both ways as well. I think a lot of players, and that's funny because we were actually just talking about like just cheaters in general. And a lot of those players don't know their worth. They don't know that they can get better.
It's true.
And so they try to desperately get to a certain place that they might not even be ready for yet.
Right.
And so a lot of I've had that trouble too with recruitment. A lot of guys want to get in these tournaments and they don't realize who they're going up against. Even rank can, for me personally, skew some of your numbers because you're working with a team and you're working against guys that are going for what I would feel like is a smaller goal. Money is a big goal, so people are going to be amped up. You're going against guys that are also carrying that swagger around. Like, nah, bro, I'm the best Gibby out there. I'm the best Rafe out there.
Yeah.
And so, just like the ALGS, everybody in that tournament thinks they're good.
Yeah.
And not just the big names, everyone in there. So you gotta know what your worth is. You gotta know where you can make a better thing.
Yeah.
This is Dub City. Yeah, sometimes I feel like I climb through Diamond easy, but other days I get clapped by TSM 5 times in a row. Yeah, man, and that happens too, man. And that's in any game, man.
Yeah.
That's any game. You know what I mean? Some days I come on there, I look cracked. Some days I get on there, I look pathetic. I look like I'm not supposed to be anywhere near where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
So it just all depends, man. And also it's about finding a good team, bro.
Right.
It really is. It's just about finding a good team, a mesh of teams, guys that can do certain things that you want to do, and everything like that. So.
And Swirls, like, getting clapped by TSM is one thing.
Yeah, that's
but
too.
At the same time, my thing to you is work on why you got clapped, how you got clapped. Is it because of positioning? Is it because of team not backing you up, that kind of thing? I work on that. Definitely. So to basically make sure that it doesn't happen again, or make sure that if it does happen again, at least they can say you put up a fight. Yeah. That making it sound easy. So, that's my thing. But all in all, back to the recruitment process. We put people on a month probation to sort you out. We put you in touch with our coaches that we have in place to help. Obviously now we have managers in every division. So big shout outs to our managers, Karma, Juiceman, J2 Fast, and Tish. We have current managers there, and our new coming manager, Insane, from Korea, who will be managing our Korea team. So all in all, we got back one out of our 3 players from our Pro Korea team, alongside one of his current teammates that they're both currently masters at, I think, 13,000 RP. But we have them coming on board, building our Korean side, our name in Korea. But yeah, so just came through to say, hey, going to bed, love you, Jerry Boo, good night, y'all. Hey, Jerry's my boo. All right, so who you is, you gotta stop that shit. I need to take out my earrings, freaking earrings and high heels and deal with you. Leave my Jerry Boo alone. All right.
Yeah, man.
No, you're a boo right now.
McLovin, if you've gotten the Masters, you're not useless. Yeah. So I kind of put those. I personally, people put Diamond in there, and I'm not disrespecting anybody that's in Diamond as well, because I think that we're all used to Diamond because they've inserted Mastery to kind of separate Diamond and Pred players and stuff like that. But those top tier players, I mean, if you're Masters, bro, I pretty much put you in Pred. Pred is more of like, for me, hey, bro, I got to be on this game 10 hours a day. That's how I feel. I don't know.
Masters like getting into Pred, but just Pred is like keeping the commitment.
They're like up all night and day trying to get in the Pred.
Correct.
And I got a job, dude. Like it's one thing. I gotta work. So I probably won't be seen in there anytime soon. But yeah, man. Like it's about how good you are. But when you start getting up to those top tiers, yeah, it's more about just like, hey, bro, I'm gonna sit on here for about 8 hours, sit in this chair, and I'm a grind, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if you're good enough for masters, you're definitely good enough for pred, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that's just mine.
Yeah.
Definitely. So don't feel useless.
Yeah.
I feel useless.
Don't feel useless.
Don't feel useless. But
But
yeah, just
I don't know.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll ask a question. So what type of players do you look for? Like what type of players do you specifically look for? If I send you somebody, what are you looking for as the CEO?
Beside the so beside their playing style, overall is their attitude as well.
Mm-hmm.
As good as you are, if your attitude stinks, you won't be respected. Let's just be real. You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's only certain numbers of viewers or people that goes with people with very cocky fucking attitude. But all in all, I feel like cocky is not the way to go. You know, the world is already going through its distress,
Mm-hmm.
and you going around talking trash about other players or other people within like on live on stream or in their, you know, anywhere that a bunch of people can see it, it's honestly not making the world a better place. I could care how good you are at the game, you know, or how big your following is on social media. You having a stink attitude, I would have zero respect for you, no matter what it is, you know. So attitude is one. Positive thinking. Obviously team player. So always, you know, we always tell our players when you come into the org is to leave your ego at the door. So leave your ego at the door. Have a good attitude. Be open. Be positive. Be supportive. And your play style as well. So we would assess your play style. And if your play style is be below the minimum, which is like Diamond 3 ish, Diamond 4, Diamond 3. That's the upcoming recruitment process. But the Diamond 4, Diamond 3 is that we will either one bring you in and find ways on how we could help you through our pred players to help you get better at the game to represent us, or two is, you know, you could always stay within our community, but at the same time you can always stay within the community, but at the same time you can play with our players, but you're not repping us. You are part of the community. So people that I tend to bring in on the Discord is like, dude, if you give it a try, if it doesn't work out, you could always stay as part of community. You could always hang out, talk to people, you know, play with other people from, you know, all around the world. Right now we have people in the Discord from, you know, EU, we have people from North America, we have people from Asia, Australia, like all over the world. You know, you can find people on at various times of the day, you know. And now that we're coming together, big shout out to our designers, Joshua Blast and our current new designer that just signed up with us, Tom, aka Bliss? Bill? I don't even know his name. The guy just joined us a second ago. Let's see what his name is. Brill. Brill. He's known as Brill on our Discord. He is one of our new what you call it? One of our new designers. That's gonna help out the org in everything that we do, which is good because we need one of those type of people.
Yep.
And they will help us grow with creating, you know, flawless and nice posts and all that for us to add on our Discord XYZ, you know, or our Twitter. So yeah. So the play style, the attitude, and overall, just your who you are as a human being decide whether or not I bring you on board.
And the one thing about like recruitment, I know we're simply talking about competitive right now. And me, when I even like recruit for like other things like content creating from, you know, my standpoint and stuff like that, I'm looking for, you know, someone who has a personality
Yep.
A lot of us streamers and stuff, we think all we gotta do is sit in front of a game all day and stuff. And literally yesterday, I'm gonna see if I can find the clip. But I finally got an ace in Valorant yesterday, so I went the fuck off because I finally got an ace in Valorant. And so Ruben actually commented, he was like, "That's what you have a face cam for," because he realized like he
Mm-hmm.
and that's what we like too. We like to see some type of excitement, some type of, even if it's like for trash talking or something like that. So recruiting, even for like content creating, like I want you to make the shots and stuff like that. But I love seeing people faces. I love people coming up with funny stuff. Um, this other streamer named Gray, he had this what do you call them, points, channel points,
Mm-hmm.
and where he would transform into Optimus Prime. So I'm like, okay, he's transforming it. So of course, like we click it, and he had a little overlay that would like please wait transforming, and he had like a transformer Optimus Prime helmet,
Okay.
and he didn't keep it on for long. He said it was hot as shit. So, but I thought that was literally the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life, and it was fun. It was a fun stream and things like
Yeah.
that. Him watching them play Apex in an Optimus Prime helmet. I'm not telling you got to do something like that,
Yeah.
but at least be entertaining and things like that. Even when you're creating content, what do people want to see? And stuff like that. And that goes into a recruitment process too. What do I actually bring to the table
Yeah.
as far as like entertainment? Like, why do people want to watch me? Even if you're like low tier, you don't have to have 100 people or anything like that, because that takes time, Twitch algorithm, things of that nature. But can we cultivate that into our AMG lifestyle, and you know create something from that?
Yep.
And that's what we look for in that too. And anybody can create content,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So in terms of content creator, my point of view of that is, that's a person like what Jared said. There's a person have entertaining content.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna grab any streamers off Twitch and be like, hey, you have a good personality. You're at 0 views. Come be a content creator for us. Like, no, like we won't really go for that. If you have a small following, even up to 5 to 10 people, we'll find ways on how we could help you expand and grow off that.
Yeah.
Or if even for example, if you have one viewer,
Mm-hmm.
but then we see how you're maximizing your stream and to like being very entertaining, and you just need that extra push, we could help you with that extra push. We'll try to help you. Well, not we could, but we'll try to help you with the extra push, so that we know, that, hey, well, maybe all you need is just the word of mouth to go around.
Yeah. You need somewhere to kind of lay your head. Yeah. Yeah.
And the same to our comp players. We have this special deal that we work out with our content creators. Is that I talked to Jur and the guys about it. Is that if you have a steady flow of people and you're getting big, and say like for all content creators, they would love their own merch and XYZ, right?
Yeah.
So we would have our design team design you a small line of merch, which are like T-shirts, hoodies, jackets,
Mm-hmm.
and your own like jersey that's branded to your own Twitch channel, so your own branding. So it's not gonna be like an AMG Jerjer branding, but it's just gonna be a Jerjer branding, Because I strongly believe that every player within every org should have their own, like every player should have their own personal branding on their stream and not the org's branding, because people come and watch that player because of his or her play style, and not because they're part of an org,
Yeah.
So what we do is we aim to help you to create a line of merch whereby we pay for the designs to be done, and when it comes to selling and profit, is that the content creator that represents us benefits the profit of their merch being sold.
Yeah.
So something kind of like that we kind of offer, you know. we're slowly growing. Within these couple weeks or within this month, we'll start restructuring the org. Um, Literally getting the active ones in, the inactive ones out. Um, Whoever's on leave, they go on leave, and really start to put a place for everyone. Put everyone in place where they need to go and basically say action, and everyone just do what they need to do. Instead of people deciding, okay, well, I need to do this, I need to do that, or I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. Who should I look for?
Yeah.
So to the point that we want it to be of a certain thing that people could just say, hey, if I need a team, I'll go straight to this person, and this person will get me a team within the 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. That's what I want to work out on in terms of the org building and growing. Yeah, I wish we had a team too. Again, we got managers in place now, so things should be different.
In place. And that's the thing too. I know it's difficult for a lot of you guys and stuff like that because you're all eager, right, to get out there. ALGS, like I said, that thing looks stressful to me. So hats off to y'all that have been in it. I've watched some of y'all gameplay too, and man, we're definitely gonna work on getting that together and things like that because I know you guys can, get a little antsy and stuff like that. The one thing I will say is keep getting better. Keep striving to get better and things like that, so that when your number is called, you can definitely do your thing. Do you think we have rosters sort of before next time? We will. Yeah. No, it's not a think. We will. We're gonna have it. We're dedicating our time to it, so we will have it sorted out. Everything.
I think what we will do is within this month, get the roster sorted, to get everyone announced.
By this month,
get the ball rolling. Yeah. Also, I feel like we need to also know everyone's goals within the org.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes,
everyone would like to compete. Everyone would like to be, compete with the big names. But at the same time, we can try to put the team together for you for that. And get that done.
Definitely, Cheeto.
But at the same time, what are you gonna help the org with? Because when you compete, yes, you're making a name for. Well, I feel like when people compete, they're making a name for themselves more than the org, simply because people will look for the streamer itself, right?
And also, I see. I think we have it established right now. Who's Apex and things like that.
Yeah.
In the Discord, hey man, reach out to each other. This is a positive org. Reach out to each other because I see a lot of people talking about they can't find players and things like that, and also like recollecting ahead, like hey, when do I have time to actually get on with someone like Fur? All right, Fur, what's your schedule? All right, well, let me try to see if I can mold my schedule, especially if you like playing with Fur and things like that. You know what I mean? That's one thing we used to do, man. We got each other's numbers. If we couldn't reach them by phone, Discord, everything. Reach out. That's what reaching out means, networking and things like that. You guys can create content together. We're not going to stop you guys from doing none of that. And that's a part of the recruitment process as well. When we say team chemistry and meshing and things like that, going that extra mile and not being like, the one that's just like back and stuff like that. I love the fact that you're, developing as a player and things like that. For ranking and grinding and things like that. And for ALGS, it's definitely going to take a little more. It's going to take you having a team and things like that. Like I just watched TSM not get annihilated because they were playing very well, but I watched the team, come up to them and work together as a team to down them.
Yeah.
And so they're supposed to be this feared team and things like that.
They
are
talking
shit.
Yeah.
They're very feared. And for another team to come up and to play as well as they played against them and knock them out and then win the whole entire game, that takes not just aiming and things like that. That takes teamwork. It takes team chemistry. All teammates evaluating the map and things like that and where they want to be. stuff like that. And we talked about that as well. So definitely, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
grind and stuff, man. I want to grind so bad, but school is really catching up to me. So it's getting pretty hard to improve. I understand that, Swirls, and that too, man. Man, take care of your studies,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. I'll be honest with you, Swirls.
Yeah.
If gaming and school would clash in your life, bro,
Yeah.
my true advice to you, because this is me talking about life as well, is focus on school, bro.
Yeah.
Focus on school. The one thing I
You
can tell
can
you,
still-
guarantee you can make a lot more money with a solid, educational background than gaming.
And you got school right now, and you're already master, so you have the skill set and things like that. Also make sure that you're planning out a schedule, Swirls, and make sure that you're actually planning out a schedule. You sound really young. I'm about to catch 30. Bob is already 30, so
Yep.
we have to perfect. Even for me, I have to perfect the schedule in order to even hop on Apex, and I have a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm just
You
saying,
gotta pay
Swirls.
bills first, bro.
Yeah, my advice to you, Swirls, is focus on school. Because
I-
if you even say you turn into a pro gamer, bro, you get played out at the age of 30. You literally, no one would want you after that. I'll be honest.
Unless
And then you gotta go find a job. But being in the gaming industry for example, 8 to 9 to even 10 years, being a pro player in the business world, that does not mean shit.
Yeah.
You know.
But
It does not mean
definitely
shit.
take care of home. Definitely take care of home first,
Yeah.
dog. Definitely. We preach that to a lot of players that
Yeah.
come in. I preach that to Twitch streamers, bro.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Take care of home, bro. What's up? What's going on? Messiah?
Messiah.
Am I saying that? Messiah?
Yep.
But hey, definitely. I personally think that a lot of players, you know what I mean? We see these guys on Twitch and stuff like that, and they're doing great and things like that. Please understand, they've got their deals. They've got this. This is their life, and I'm not saying that you can't make this your life. You definitely can. But what I'm saying is if that isn't happening at the moment, definitely take care of your studies. Definitely do that. And still, like I said, work out a schedule where you can actually hop on and grind and things like that. We love you here, and we want you to. I definitely want to see you compete. If that's what your heart's desire, I want to be able to say Swirls is doing what he wants to do. But definitely still make sure school's not a bother and stuff. 'Cause I know how that can be and things like that. You know what I mean? So definitely.
Yeah, so
Definitely. I do want to talk about like the recruitment process on the other side as well.
Right, go ahead.
Kind of like what can you do as a recruit? So now I'm putting myself in the recruit's chair. So I'm signing up for AMG. What do I need to bring? What do I need to put on the table? What do you know what I mean? What do I feel like I need to bring to the table and things of that nature? So not just what we're looking for, what you should be looking for, as far as coming into an org and things like that. Number one for me, not everybody needs to be in an org. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not everyone needs to be in an org, and I preach that so much to people because a lot of people show up to orgs and they don't want to do. They think the org is one-sided.
Yeah.
It's actually both-sided. You bring something, the org throws it back at you. Things like that. It's almost like you're playing ping pong. So you know what I mean. There's a lot of things that a lot of people say. I gotta join an org to do this. I gotta join an org to do this. No, the hell you don't. And that's okay if you do join an org, but make sure that they're willing to do enough for you, as well as you do enough for them, and that is comfortable and things of that nature. So some of the things that I would come prepared with is obviously like if you're playing ranked, you're a competitive player, come with your rank, things of that nature. But personally, I would be out there making videos. I gotta put videos of me being the best, that I can be, and things like that. Having vouchers and stuff like that. I see people doing that a lot. And so you got to have people on your side as well if you don't want to just be found. Um, so that's just how I see it.
Well, the way I would see it is if I am, and same thing I ask a lot of people that wants to get recruited is first off, what are you looking for in the org? What do you want that org to do for you? You know, because I don't want people to join an org because they are seeing that the org's growing, or as Jared said, they think that that's their next step. You know, but what do you want the org to do for you? What are you expecting? What's your end goal of being with an org? You know, as a competitive gamer or content creator, I know a lot of competitive gamers or competitive players. Their issue is time management, whereby a manager could sort that out for you. You know, a team. Obviously, there's a lot of trial and errors with team and teammates. You would need to run with each of them for a certain number of time to see if you can gel right. You know, some people are a coach. You know, and these are stuff that I kind of want to hear from people. Like, you know, I'm a good player. I just need a good team and also some guidance in building my competitive career, for example. And that to me sounds like a guy that really wants to be a part of an organization, you know, or that needs that help to get that extra boost if they're really a good player. Like, don't join an org if you're an average player, and you've been average for so long, but you're average, like, you're so over the top on yourself, you know, thinking your average gameplay is of pro level, that you are like, I want to go pro, you know, that kind of thing. Let's put it this way. I thought that I was a good player in the past with Apex, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm great. And Apex Tracker shows me as, oh, I'm number this, number that in Hong Kong, you know, that makes you great. No, it doesn't. The fuck it doesn't. Tracker is just telling you, hey, congrats, you have more kills than this guy simply because you play the game a lot more. You know. Yeah. I've played with a lot of players that's that's better than myself, and they're always saying, hey, your positioning is bad. Hey, you shouldn't have done this. You shouldn't have done that. And they give me constructive criticism, you know, which helps a lot. And I work on that. I build on that. Yeah. And that's what I work on to be a better player. But at the same time, my end goal is not to compete. My end goal is to still my goal within an esports org is to build an org business wise, you know. Yes, I have my own little personal goals, like get right. I said, if got to D3. No, I have not. But at the same time, my personal time when I want to play in rank and those other games is, okay, me for myself, I want to get to D3. You know, it's not to show that I'm good enough, but it's kind of like to put a goal for myself to hit. And at the same time, my main focus is, well, hey, the A team, the NA team for the org has 3 good players. How can I get their name out? You know, not how could I leverage them to up my rank, you know, that kind of thing. But how can I get my name out? You know, these guys are competing. They want to make some serious money. Why not? You know, we have all the resources now, and more resources coming to help people get where they need to go. You know, if you're not at a top level within like 6 months, it's like, that's true, Messiah. That is true.
It's like half a year. Hell yeah. The seasons don't even come out half a year.
Yeah. If it takes you,
I don't think, right? Yeah. How long are the seasons? I mean, how long are like Apex
4 months?
Seasons?
4 months.
4 months? Yeah. So 6? Hell no, that's not. Yeah, there's no way. I don't even think the seasons are. So
that kind of thing. So I do agree with you.
You can always get better. Yeah, but you can always get better as well. That's not to say that you can't get better at the game. I just think some people And here's also where I made a mistake with a lot of stuff myself, trying to get better, and now trying to understand and stuff like that. Not just going through your settings and stuff like that, but you look at a lot of like these pros, and a lot of them are gonna tell you stuff that worked for them and things like that. You're trying to put it all together, which is cool. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Some of them are just good at the game. They could be playing claw, and they're just gonna be good at the game. You get what I'm saying? You might not be that guy or that girl. You might not be. So you gotta find your settings. You gotta, hey man, I gotta shoot faster than this motherfucker because he don't miss. Or I gotta, like Bob said, you gotta angles, things like that. Sometimes being better is not about being the better shot, tracking, and things like that. It's literally the little things that make you the pro that you are.
Yep.
Because a lot of dudes, they're not really like great, but they are really, really good at stuff like that. What is that? What requirements are AMG going to enforce in the future for future players? I talked to the owner of XO. He does not give a crap if people on the roster a top 100 press. He wants people with game sense, rotation, mini map. Are you trying to say mini maxing? Being the base. Okay, that's what you're saying. And heavy comms. So how does AMG choose candidates for recruiting? We can go through that again.
We covered that earlier. Apocalypse. But
we'll go through that like quick summary after I answer this question, because that's an actually good question. Like I said, we don't neither. I've never cared that you're a pred. Yeah. We've been approached by preds before, and the first thing we look at is, like I said, that Bob said it easily. Leave that ego stuff at the door, because you know what I mean. It's not gonna work out in any sense of the word. I want you to win the game. That means, like you said, like game sense, rotation, things like that. One of y'all could have 20 kills and the other two could have 0. You won the game. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that LeBron went and scored 100 points. Did he win the game or not? So, you know what I mean? Like, that's basically it. Like, we care about that other stats later on as far as, like, greatness. And that's a whole different conversation. But did you win the game? That's what I care about. If you didn't win the game, it don't damn matter if you're a top 100 pred or not. Right. Great tag, but that's, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So win to loss ratio.
Yeah, we kind of look at ratios as well, but we more look at ratios like we would more look at your competition history ratio. So not like what's your KD in Apex.
Yeah, no.
Yes, that helps as well, but that doesn't really mark you as a good player. I feel.
You could have been sniping the whole game. You get what I'm saying? And I've ran into people like that too. They don't.
It all depends.
They don't. Yeah.
So all in all, it's like I've seen people even prior season before to literally rat their way to Masters.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. You got the Masters rank. What now?
Or Diamond.
You get what I mean? What now? Like, you are not good enough to get anywhere further than that, and that is.
Yeah. So that.
Yeah. So as well. that means a lot when you have a consistent ranking, but at the same time, that ranking should add up. Meaning that
it should add up.
When we do check up your stats, it should be, you know, like, oh well, you did X amount of damage and all that, you know. Like, you did a certain amount of damage, and if you even have a pred or masters ranking, my understanding is when you do play pubs, for example, you should be able to hold your own, because pubs is more like a relaxed scene. You should be able to hold your own. If we keep on playing countless games of pubs and you can't hold your own, but then you call yourself a masters or pred player, then we have an issue, you know. If you're saying you're the competitive type, or you want to go for competitions. I'm
also say it like this, Apex. If you play in 1,000 games and you only have 20 wins, hey, big dog, like does that make sense? Like, does that, like, you know what I mean? If you played in 1,000 games, and even if you're depending, because everybody has their own reasons to play, even pubs or whatever. But let's say pubs. You played 1,000 game of pubs. 20 of them you've won. That don't, to me personally, in a competition like the ALGS or any big time competitions that we get into or create ourselves, why would I sign you up for it? Because the number one, I'm thinking that number one, you're probably not even playing for wins, you're playing for kills. And that mean, like I said, that means absolutely nothing to me. Um, because like as a team, you can get as many kills as you want. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't care as long as you work together as a team. One guy could have, like I said, 20 kills. The other two could have one. Did you win the game, or did you get close to winning the game? You top 5 every time, or top 5 consistently. For me personally, because now I could tell you got game sense. You're good at rotations and things like that. There are gonna be games where you run into everybody on the goddamn map. I'm not talking about those games. It's gonna be, but you're gonna have more games than not where you have a chance to get the weapons you need, the armor you need, everything that you need. Can you rotate around that map and get top 5 and get your kills the way you need to get them? But you're top 5, shit, even top 3 most days. You get what I'm saying? And you're winning games. So that's where some of our consistency comes in at. With the master and diamond splits, print splits and things like that, absolutely, if we're talking about rank, because all that stuff we just talked about, every masters to diamond player can do that specifically. So
well, this is what I could say. This is what I could say, Messiah.
A favorable play,
because
sure.
I've seen guys that I play with, some of the guys that's within the org as well, make use of what's around them, and that defines you as a smart player or not. If you land with the shittiest gun, but you know how to maximize that to the best use possible to at least back up your teammate, then that speaks a lot with what type of player you are or how smart you are with the play. When people tend to say what comes with that is, choose when to fight and when not to fight based on your positioning, right?
Yeah.
But if you're back against the wall and you're fighting, for example, and you have all the clear shots with, example, the worst gun in the game, and you're missing, and then when you and your team die, you blame it on, oh man, I had just this gun. Yeah. That's a poor excuse. That's a poor excuse,
Yeah. I'll even tell y'all a funny story that happened in a tournament that I was watching, and the funny thing is that happened. And so I literally watched one of our players run around, and this is when Mirage was like, we ran a tournament, and everybody and their grandma landed at the little Mirage ship. Yeah. All right, so you can imagine that, you can imagine how hectic that is. And so we had a guy on our team literally kill everybody with a goddamn Mozambique with no hammer points. Kill everyone. He was still alive at the end of it. I think it was at least like 3 to 4 teams still there. And so, like I said, maximizing that, understanding like, yo, we ain't getting out of here alive, so let's make the best of it. And the funny thing is, he outplayed him. You get what I'm saying? Would top 5 over lifetime games take into consideration instead of high wins? I think it depends on. You said top 5 of lifetime. I mean, not. I don't know, bro, because I mean, basically it'd be depending on the high win count. Like, he's just not winning the games. Mm-hmm. Would you not consider him not getting better if he's top 5 lifetime, but he just can't get over that hump? That's crazy. That would be crazy to me.
All right, so
I mean, some guns are straight up have high DMG output. You can't always outplay that. Sure.
I'll show you something real quick, Messiah, on your note, real quick.
But that's also what we put into, like I said, that's also when we put into, also made a comment about settings and things of that nature. So sure, like, yeah, if you hit every shot, first of all, if you hit every shot with a P2020 and you know how to strafe and do all that stuff, because I'm looking at the difficulty of the R99 to P2020, and I would say the R99 is very difficult to hit every shot compared to the P2020. And so, you know what I mean? I can bet who wins that fight. I would say depending on who the person is, I can name somebody. I can
All right.
give them a P2020.
Hold on.
That
Let me just show
win that
you.
fight.
Let me just show you guys a quick clip of what I mean by maximizing what you have. All right. So I'll bring this up on stream right now, and so you guys could know what I mean by when a player knows how to maximize, when to maximize, and all that. So this guy right here, everyone knows Diego Souros, but let's just watch this clip real quick. All right, just watch this clip real quick. I can't do anything about their quality of thing because this is Twitter, but this is what I mean by maximizing what you... Yes, he has a hammer points on the game, but he still went up with a P2020 against other people. And again, it's just with hitting your shots consistency and also, you know, the smartness of how you play the game. Yeah. And yes, it's hard to compare someone to a pro like that, but this is what I mean by when you are confident in the game and you know what you're doing. Also, it really doesn't matter what type of gun you have. And that's my take on it.
you can even backtrack that, bro.
Yeah.
My dog went up against a whole Gibby with the shield and purple shield, and he downed him.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you can't compare that to a pro, and maybe you might. I don't know if anybody's on that level or things like that, but that's what I mean as well. I can show you guys that can literally do that. So
like this guy, you could tell right off the bat, it's that.
You said Diego versus Diego. So basically someone of the same skill set. I mean, that just depends on timing, right? Like that just depends on if they're hitting their shots at that time. Yeah. So putting them up against the same, like you're going to have 50-50 every time though.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's my thing against, you know, people making excuses with which gun they have.
Yeah.
You know,
we're simply talking about people making excuses on.
It's just simple. If you are a good player, but you should learn to maximize your surrounding and not blame the loot drop for your gameplay.
You are not responsible for dropping on that P2020. That's the game. What we're saying is you are responsible for evaluating that. I got this P2020. I don't like it, but I'm about to do the most with this gun. Yeah. And maybe you might not be Diego. Maybe you might be, I don't know, you might just be decent. But you know how to use that weapon to get your kills, or at least do the most damage to at least get the person down.
Or back up your teammate.
Or back up your teammate. And so I'm looking at the environment that he was in. All those environments that he was in, ain't no way in the hell I'm getting out of there with just a P2020 and hammer points. And like I said, he wiped the whole Gibby with the arm shield, purple shield, and everything. That means he had angles. He knocked the shield down, and he was straight
positioning.
So my thing, so that's what I'm saying personally. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's like, you know, when you're judging off of that. Like,
I think all in all, Messiah, you're right. Maybe if a player has an R99, he would win more than anything else. What's up, Westy? But at the same time, my thing is, a good player, you know, a solid player would literally be smart and know when to take fights, when not. But if they're in a fight that they can't get out of, I'm saying. So if you're in a fight that you can't get out of, your teammate is, you know, as we used to say, 10 toes deep in this fight, and you have a Mozambique and a P2020, for example, and you can't get out. The only way out is for you to run and leave your teammates. Obviously, that's not on the agenda. Then maximizing it this way by helping and backing up your team like that works. You know, like that, and you clutch it out with your team with a Mozambique and a P2020.
And also that was solo. So that was what he was more solo than with his teammates. So
that was, if you maximize what you have around you, no matter what gun it is, and you come out on top, even if you say, okay, you and your team all can get out and be like, okay, we can't take this fight. You know, let's leave. And everyone can leave. Then yes, whatever gun you have wouldn't matter. But if you're in a fight and these are the only weapons you have, and you die and you say, shit, dude, I couldn't do anything because I had a Mozambique, or I couldn't do anything because I have a P20. then that's BS. Because if you have won that fight, you'd be like, I killed him with a P2020. Or,
you would. Yeah.
So
those clips are like comparing TR in stats though. He's a pro playing into pubs. Playing into
I understand
pubs.
what you're trying to say. Yeah. I'm just saying that pro or no pro, Messiah. I think
isn't there doesn't Apex have what am I trying to say? Apex has where player matching, like they're matching the skills. So
no,
like,
it's not. I doubt
the same,
in pubs they would have that. No, I don't think in pubs. It's only in mainly ranked that they have the skill level.
Matchmaking, skill matchmaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Couldn't come up with the.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
I'm just saying,
as a good player wise, that is like Diego is one of the guys that.
Yeah, is that not? It does exist in pubs, correct? Okay.
Oh.
So, and I'm not saying that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that that's top tier. Apex can sometimes shit on. Yes, I'm not saying that it isn't the worst. Yeah. That's not what I'm saying. But most times it gets it right. Like he might not be going up against bronze type players in rank, but he's still definitely going up against decent guys.
Right.
And he's surrounded by these guys with a P2020.
Yeah. What a feek.
That's just all I'm saying.
Yeah. That, like, as I said, that is a thing, right? Mm-hmm. That I feel like, oh my god, gotta get rid of that shit. But what I feel like can be done is literally that you could sort out, and you could leverage what you have within a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Would make you a good player. You know, that is, like, I'm not comparing regular players to pros, but once you start having that mindset, you start to get better at the game. You know, you start to be a player that everyone would be like, okay, this is, for example, this is Kiko that landed with me. No matter what gun I have, I need to make sure I'm fully kitted before I go up against this guy. Like, that kind of fear is what you want to inflict on your opponents. You know, when they see your name in the lobby, they'll be like, oh, we gotta shape them up, we gotta get good loot before we push these guys. Not like, oh, I'll get a white shield and an R99 and I'll, you know, that kind of thing. And if you have teammates that better back you up in a game, then it's hard to wipe a team, I'll be honest. You know, so
my Black 4 games often give press teams as champion.
Yeah.
I'm OC. Singapore servers are too low popular. Oh, okay. So like I said, for me personally, I'm in NA, so I don't always have those issues of like not having players to play.
Right.
So mostly, like, matchmaking works. It works. I'm gonna say it works, and not that it's like it works the best. It works to where, all right, like a Diego's touching down. He might not be going up against another pred, but hey, man, he's going up against a plat player, and like some plat players, I would say some plat players can hit their shots.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I mean. And Diego's in NA, right? So I would think that he would be able to go up against somebody even in pubs, at least close to his skill level as far as like hitting their shots.
Right.
Maybe not strafing, maybe not, you know. So, but that's all I'm saying personally.
Yeah. So that covers it. But let's get back to what Apocalypse was asking. Apocalypse, if you're still here.
Yeah. I thought we was answering this question too. I thought I answered it.
Yeah. So
but I might not have.
How does AMG choose the right candidate to recruit? So Apocalypse, we've been through that, but I'm just gonna repeat it for you since you're here. Mm-hmm. If you're here, I hope you're here. But all in all, we make sure that every players leave their ego at the door to begin off with. Mm-hmm. You know, being a cocky player, some people would get your playing style, some people would not, but leave your ego at the door. We look for some of the stuff that Kiko mentioned in terms of a game. Yes, rank is one of the things that we consider, but put it this way, not a lot of good players play like are used to ranked as well. You know, there are very solid players that literally just play pubs, and then them switching from pubs to rank, maybe some of them have that solo play style, but to my understanding with everyone is everyone can be changed. Everyone can be adapting to playstyles, various playstyles. So rank is one thing to consider, but also like what Kiko said, your sense of the fights, positioning, placement, rotations. That is very very that's very very the key points that we take into consideration. And obviously, for example, maybe you got to Predator with your go-to friends team, and then you join this org and you're forced to play org players, but the chemistry is not right, for example, then that would lead to you not getting to Predator again. And with that being said, unless you and the players that you play with can actually find a middle ground of where you guys could complement and play with each other, then that would be of a big help for you guys to grow, to get you back to plat. So kind of adapting to play styles as well as your overall play. One thing that we put to a test is that we put our players in scrims to basically that is the major go-to to tell whether or not you're actually ready to compete.
Yeah.
To my understanding and what most of the Pred players that is within the org or the good players that within the org said is that scrims is the closest thing you get to a competition, in the Apex world than anything else. Rank is a totally different playground compared to tournaments. Rank, yes, but at the same time, you don't see in rank that last circle you see 18 teams.
Yeah.
Rank last circle max you see about 10 plus teams or 5 teams. That kind of thing is already a lot.
Yeah, so, there was like 15 in the last. Last
scrims.
Today.
Again, guys, joining an org or even getting your team together to compete just to see if you're good enough without joining an org. Sign up for scrims. GLL has scrims every day in different servers. You could try, if you don't go NA servers, you could always go GSEA servers. You could always go, every different server. Scrims are not region locked. They had a region locked before, to my understanding, but they're starting to bring out one that's has a small cash price of $300. Those are not region locked. For a fact, those are not region locked. But yeah, doing scrims can tell whether or not you and your team are ready for the big boy leagues.
Yeah, especially something like LGS where you have all these other big companies and stuff.
Yeah.
Most tournaments are more slow paced and you respect the other team's position and loot. You don't fight another squad. Really? Because I was like, what? Oh, well, you're just saying from your experience that's what they do. Hey man, listen.
Dude, I could tell you one thing, Kiko. I could tell you one thing. I have watched our pro Korean team from before. These guys, I tell you, live in these. Well, there's one of the guys. Shout outs to him, Selvi, which he is now called Rutzi, Rutzi, and he plays for a Japanese org called Hybrid Eclipse, HE. Him and his other players represent AMG at the time, which is him as Selvi and then Hojang and Along. They played 7 to 8 hours straight a day. And they would hop into different scrims. They'll go to Frankfurt, they'll go to NA, they'll go to, Tokyo, they'll go to Singapore. They played in, if not all the scrims, every goddamn day. And that was their commitment. They didn't ask the org to give them a cent. All they asked the org to do is promote them. And,
so he's saying GL.
Some scrims are, Kiko. Some scrims are. We signed up for one before that's not region locked, and the money ones that we had before. I know this for a fact because within our org we have a guy that works for Liquipedia, and he gets in touch with the guys at GLL. So there are some scrims that are region locked, yes, but there are some that's not as well. And yeah, so these guys, one out of the two guys didn't have a PC. And this guy stays 12 hours a day at a computer cafe in Korea. 12 fucking hours a day. That's commitment, guys. 12 hours a day, and he goes through all if not most of the scrims. And you could see this guy is eager to learn. you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then now he signed with Hybrid Eclipse, you know, big shout outs to him. He signed with Hybrid Eclipse. He's making content for them. He's getting high kill placements. He's building a name for their org. And Jared, this was a guy that we said that we will get the PC for, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now he has a PC at home. Maybe that org got him his PC, maybe whatever. But he has a PC at home. He's playing in the comfort of his own home now. He streams. He has a steady 20, 30 viewers. He makes weekly highlight clips to post on YouTube. You know, he has a big following on Twitter now, like slowly growing. Like, this is the commitment that these guys have to put up within a year, 2 year, for them to be just at 20 viewers now. You know? And this is what I said. It's that it takes time to grind and to build your name. You don't need a Beast PC to be cracked. Yeah, that's true. You do not need.
That's true too.
Yeah. The guy wanted us to get him roughly a $2,000 PC. But then at the same time, we couldn't do that because he was technically still signed to an org in Korea, whereby if he would sign with us, there would be legal issues against him, whereby he would need to pay off his contract in order for him to leave. Yeah. We didn't like, as good as a player he is, but he didn't come off with that to us, and we couldn't take that as, you know, as trusting a person, you know. Yeah. And that's why we literally told him that, you know, unless you could get this contract sorted out with that org in Korea, then we could talk business. But as of now, you're technically signed to an org. We can't recruit you or bring you underneath our wings because it would feel like we're poaching players from them.
Yeah.
You know.
Or trying
and
to.
worse, we can't give him a contract because he has an existing contract, so we couldn't do anything.
You can't do anything about that.
But the good part is, out of the 3 players, 1 player did come back recently. So big shout out to Along. He is now in the Discord known as AMG Carpedian. Carpediem. No idea where he gets the name at. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me why.
That means something in Korean? Does that mean something?
I don't know. I mean, if someone could Google that word, I don't know. If I find I don't know the process be and where. Good. That's a good question. Yeah, so
my word means something.
Sorry, someone DM'd me.
Okay.
Someone DM'd me. But as of right now, we have our Hong Kong Taiwan based team. We're building our Singapore team around Xavier. So Xavier is the go-to guy. I think to be more frank, Xavier would be with Ziku, Karis, and the other guy, our new AMG member called AMG JG Coco, which I've played with a guy in the past. He has good chemistry. He's a very good person, in terms of smart plays and all that. And we put him in with the Taiwanese players, as well as in with Xavier as well. But we are trying to sort out to build 2 teams because Hong Kong and Taiwan has their own little Apex community, whereby they run tournaments sponsored by Nvidia in Hong Kong, Taiwan. Yeah. Roughly those cash prizes would run around 2,000 to 3,000 US.
Okay.
For those tournaments total, like for first place, for example. Okay. And that is region locked to Hong Kong and Taiwan only. So that's why we need a team for that. And then for GSEA, the big Apex tourneys, which is for bigger cash prizes, and that's where, you know, we're open up to put Xavier in with the Hong Kong Taiwan team, because that would make, you know, better sense in terms of a money making opportunity. So we are still building our player base or our roster for GSEA, and do keep in mind, guys, that when we do build our roster, you know, yes, we will be still promoting our content creators, you know, that's building that supportive audience. But at the same time, we're here right now to try to build our portfolio, which is more competitions that we could take. You know, as I mentioned to most of you guys, or most of you guys have known that either by the end of this quarter or the early quarter of next year, we will be going to Dubai. Well, I'll be going to Dubai to kind of get funding for a 2 to 5 year operational cost for the org. You know, once this funding comes through, if we even get 2 years funding, hey, we'll maximize the shit out of this 2 years to put our name on the map. You know,
Absolutely.
you know, and this is the stuff that I use that I put, you know, for within the org to build AMG or to get the partners that we got now. Me myself, I risk my personal career, my career status, right? If that makes sense, sure. Mm-hmm. Career status to get the certain deals that we have. How do we get Best Friends Org? It's not something that we went on Tiltify. Apparently, Tiltify, you could go and just sign up to help raise fund for a charity, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, the charity doesn't know who the shit you are. You know, all they know that, hey, well, this Twitch streamer from somewhere else is helping us raise funds, and that's it. You know, I go and reach out to the people in charge, or Jer goes out to reach out to the people in charge. You know, we signed up with Make-A-Wish Georgia because Jer happens to know I believe he's the managing director.
Yeah.
Of Make-A-Wish Georgia.
Oh, Georgia. Yeah, Georgia.
And then I reach out to Best Friends Org, and I talked to Best Friends Org guy, Nathan. Big shout outs to him. And we got the deal with them. I reached out to what's his face? Grind Energy. Mm-hmm. We got the deal with them. Like, these stuff is like, I risked my career opportunity for the org to look good and for the org to build, to maximize our awareness within different communities, you know. But at the same time, we signed with them because, you know, I believe in also giving back. So, you know, there's a lot of significant connections, like American Cancer Society. You know, I lost both my grandfathers to cancer. My aunts on my wife's side, most of them, including my mother-in-law, survived cancer. My mother-in-law survived lung cancer twice. Her aunt survived breast cancer. Her cousin survived breast cancer. So it's kind of like giving back. You know, Mental Health America, what we signed with before, is because, you know, mental health is a big thing. It's very popular within the streaming community or gaming community, which is something that I'm trying to change and make positive of, you know. Make-A-Wish Foundation, obviously, it deals with more kids, you know, helping them fulfill their last wishes, you know, for terminally ill kids. I always have an issue with that word. English no very good, but that kind of touches me with helping people fulfill their last wishes. And also, for me, back in the days in Belize, I am an animal lover, so that kind of puts the connection with me to help animals as well. You know, so the org has gone a long way since 2018 till now, and we're building. I don't think that we are an org that, yes, we're still small, but we're trying. We're here to make an impact. Let's put it that way. You know, we have motion graphic design teams in place. We have designers in place. We just got a new designer, so the design team is growing. We have an editor in place. We have coaches. We have managers that really puts in work now. You know, so all of these stuff that we have going on is the org is coming together to starting to look like an org. You know, to look like a operational company or operating company. And then what we need to do now is just to get the players out there, get the roster sorted, get the players out there to grow our name, you know. So yeah, I think we drift off a lot, Apocalypse, on the recruitment process. I apologize. But recruitment process wise, as I said, we look at your positioning, your gameplay, your comms, your moreover, just your ego. Leave your ego at the door. Leave your ego at the door. Be open to constructive criticism, not just criticism, but constructive criticism. We won't tell you that, for example, if we see Apocalypse, if, for example, we see that you position bad, right? we won't tell you. We'll be the org that we won't tell you like, okay, your positioning was bad, that's why you lose. No. We would be more constructive. We'd be like, hey, well, you shouldn't go this way. You should have went that way. Like, you should do this way, but you should have done it this way, and maybe the outcome of the fight would have been better. You know, the thing that I hate, and I told a lot of my managers and the coaches, is that don't tell people what they did was wrong and just let it be. Tell them that it's wrong, but also give them your opinion on how they could do better or what they need to work on. Don't tell them that, oh, you have a lot to work on. That doesn't answer any question. You know, what do I need to work on? How do I need to work on it? Like, you know, answer the what and how when you're trying to help someone, you know. And that's what we offer to people when we recruit, obviously. We help every player, and as again, we are not pros at it. Yeah, we are not pros at it, but we try to find a way to help you with our learning style. And we hope that works, you know. Jared, do you need to work today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you gotta head off soon, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I'm holding you up. So yeah, guys, let's end it at that because our podcast usually hour and a half. We already hit the hour and a half mark, but we will be coming to it next season. If anyone is interested to know more about the org, amgfam.com. You can know more about us. We have our merch line out. We have our website up. We are creating a new website, which I apologize. I keep on saying we have a new website every fucking week, and it's basically there, but I just need to get around to sit down and work with it with the developers and get it done. The developers and the designers to get it done. We have a very nice, like, modernistic looking website coming, rather than our one now that looks more corporate-y. But yeah, I think that would answer most of the questions. I hope that does answer most of your questions. Jared, do you have anything else before I wrap it up?
No, man. It's a marathon, not a race. Take your time, enjoy the moments.
And do keep in mind, guys, that everyone finds their success at different points of life. So just because you see someone or a company, whatever, benefiting or succeeding or being successful, that would never mean that you cannot succeed. That's what I would need to tell you guys. You know, everyone finds their success at different times of life. You might not have found yours yet, but if you put your mind to it and figure out the flaws, the do's and don'ts, eventually you'll find it. That's what I could tell you for a fact. But, you know, let's leave it as that. I'm going to end it by thanking everyone that stopped by. You know, AMG Gerger, that's the moderator right here. Boom. This lovely guy to the left right here. Then we have McAwesome as another moderator just sitting and not talking. Cool. I see you. Furdog, Apocalypse, Get In, Kiko, Messiah, Miss Lenity, Swirls, Chef Westy, Chrissy, right?
Yeah,
your girl Chrissy.
Mm-hmm.
McLovin. We got Big Buds. We got Karmakazi. We got Shotgun. We got Furdog. Way too passive. we just click users in chat. Awesome.
Damn, way too passive.
Yeah. So thank you all for being here. We'll catch you guys. We will try to update the announcements for the podcast earlier than expected, so you know what we are going to talk about in the next week ahead. We have talked about that last week, but we haven't come around to do it. I apologize. But I'll be sure to do it now. But thank you for joining us, and until next time, take care of yourself. Right. Have a lovely rest and very good start to your weekend. And this is Bobby and Jer signing out with our ending podcast. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys later. Peace.